Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. This is the Ruger American Generation 2 in 308 Winchester. Overall length is 41¼ inches, which is 1050 millimeters. Length of pull goes 12 inches to 13.75 inches, which is 305 to 350 millimeters. Overall weight is 2.8 kilograms, which is 6.2 pounds. Twist rate on the barrel is 1 in 10 inch. The Ruger Marksman adjustable trigger is advertised as adjustable between 3 and 5 pounds, which is approximately 1.5 to 2.5 kilograms. The rifle is available in 350 Legend, 400 Legend, 6mm ARC, 6.5 Grendel, 6mm Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, 308 Winchester, 7mm08 Remington, 243 Winchester, 450 Bushmaster, 204 Ruger, 223 Remington, 3006 Springfield, 270 Winchester, 300 Winchester Magnum, 6.5 PRC, 7mm PRC, 22 ARC. Well, you've seen it being used. This is actually a very nice rifle to shoot, and it seems very well made and quite an attractive proposal. It's not a super expensive rifle, so please check out the description box for any links I might put in there regarding that. But essentially what you've got is a cold hammer forged 20-inch barrel, and it's spiral fluted, and it really looks nice, and it's got this sort of tungsten grey Cerakote on it, which makes it look incredibly good, and is also matching the action, and it gives it that long-term durability and corrosion resistance. The barrel is threaded 5/8, so you can add a moderator as well as the muzzle brake, to which you'll have seen I did in the videos. The barrel fully free floats in the stock, and the stock is actually quite stiff, so that maintains that through different shooting positions. And when you see me shoot it in the tripod sticks, when I'm clamped in, there's no point of impact shift, which is a great sign. Just goes to show the barrel isn't being interfered with. Studs at the front for a bipod, another stud at the rear, which is set at a sort of angle for that's for your sling at the back. That makes it easy to shoot. Great for testing from the bench, not a problem at all. There's a Picatinny rail on top. That's actually screwed to the action, but it is supplied with the rifle, and that makes scope mounting easy. The magazine system is described as AI type and it's a 3-rounder. One thing I will say is though, if you've got 3 rounds in that magazine and you put an additional one in the chamber, you won't be able to put the magazine in the rifle, so you can't really describe it as a 3+1 because it's a tight fit, and with that 3rd round in the mag, it won't actually close into the bolt. It's not a huge difference, but just bear in mind it is a 3, it's not really a 3+1. Now, talking about the bolt, the handle is a 70-degree lift and it's a 3-lug bolt. I do like this bolt. It's a stainless steel, it's all machined, and you've got the 3 lugs here and you've got an ejector pin there which is manual and a single extractor claw on the right hand side. I didn't have any problem with the bolt through the test, and it flung the brass far and wide exactly as much as I needed it to. Now, with this in the Cerakoted action, it's a stainless steel bolt, so of course you don't have any chance of any kind of galling or staggering, and it is actually a very fast bolt and it's virtually impossible to jam even deliberately. The bolt handle's not been put on too big, it's got a nice operating procedure and it doesn't interfere. You know, it's not one of these silly overly long bolt handles that actually jams the bolt shaft as it's being used. The release catch is on the left hand side there, and then there's a 3-position tang safety at the back. So rearmost is safe with the bolt locked, thus 2nd position there allows the bolt to operate safely, and then forward for fire. Now the trigger is a single stage unit and it's got an inner safety blade on it. It's quite nice to use, it's predictable, but I wouldn't say it's perfectly crisp, but we shall see what it weighs on the gauge. Let's go for grams first. That's 1,361 grams, which is 3 pounds no ounces. Now that is actually a nice trigger weight for a sporting rifle, and I have no problems using it, quite comfortable using it both from the seated position and when I was shooting from the tripod. The stock's got this lovely speckled finish and it's like a matte surface, so it's grippy without being too aggressive. It's got a little bit of tappiness, a little bit of a hollow resonance to it, but I wouldn't say that was a huge problem, and of course this isn't exactly an expensive rifle either. Now, length of pull is adjustable, but it's only really adjustable downwards. There's a spacer in here, so it starts out at about 13.5 inches or 350 millimeters, and it drops down if you remove that to 12 inches, which is 305 millimeters. It does actually say on the website you can buy additional spacers if you actually need it to be a larger, longer stock, and for me it was a little bit small in use. But it was certainly still very shootable, and the recoil pad, although quite absorbent, doesn't feel too squishy actually, so you get a nice perception of the feel of the pressure you're putting your shoulder into it when you're actually squeezing the trigger. Similarly, this cheek piece here gives you a little bit better scope alignment with obviously the optics on, and if you do want that off you can take it off. I don't know whether other heights are available, but that's exactly how it's been supplied to me. I think this rifle is actually very nicely finished, and it actually comes across with a character far more than the actual cost it is. I do like shooting it, and I think it's very compact, and it's certainly going to shoot smaller intermediate shooters as well. The caliber range is broad. Something like this in a 204 Ruger or a 223 makes a superb foxing rifle. Yet in the 308 I didn't find it overbearing to shoot at all, and because with a moderator I do lose some recoil with that, and of course the muzzle brake that's supplied with it would also have reduced just as much if not more recoil, although they are a little bit noisier. The spiral fluted barrel looks extremely nice, and I like the proportions of the gun. The magazine system works easily, it's easy to load, you get good positive feed and ejection from the push feed bolt face, and I haven't had a huge amount of time to use the gun, but it's running virtually immediately, and I've had no trouble getting sub-MOA accuracy from it immediately from the first box of ammunition I put through it once it was zeroed. I put 3 different types of ammo through it, 125 grain, 150 grain, and also some 165 grain copper bullets. They all beat the MOA standard, so there really is not a lot you can criticise this rifle for, and I do believe once it hits the shelves it's going to be at a very attractive price point. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching that review. Please like, subscribe, comment and click the notification bell. And don't forget to check the description for all the relevant links. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.